Alright, man, peace. It's Bronzebird here with another video. Yeah. So, something, as I got my way on this YouTube journey, personal connections, meeting people online from this whole entire thing, checking out the different movements and sectors and all this other stuff. Usually I'm trying my best not to get involved in these type of conversations, but I figured it had me analyzing certain things that was going on, in which this can be a telltale sign that we can take into society, understanding the different dynamics in the economy between man and woman. And again, I really do try my best to stay out of conversations like this because I want my viewers to understand that there's more things at play that's more important than touching on things like this. But just for sport, I decided to give my analysis into this whole entire thing that's going on. Something that I don't know is a serious movement that's taking place in response to the popular movement that's going around with so-called black men, or is this just a running gag and a cruel joke in order to bounce back at this particular movement? And you'll ask me, Bronzebird, what are you talking about? I'm talking about Passport Bros. And I hope that this is going to be one of the few videos that I'm going to make in addressing this whole entire thing about Passport Bros. I've already given my opinion on it many times. I've already given my stance on what is it that I believe about the Passport Bros, any critiques or any things that I uphold them with about the conversation. Thing is this. Like I've said in many previous videos, I believe that Passport Bros is a good movement for so-called black men to hop out of the American landmass and be able to explore different countries and cultures. I said it again, and I say it all the time, and I'll say it again. The so-called black man should be focused on upping his finances and then leaving the woman to be secondary. Because the priority of man should be first. State of mind, peace should be first. I always throw finances because I want to see so-called black men do better in this society, including myself. So it would beseech a lot of those to see exactly what I'm talking about and understand where I'm coming from, because we also have to look at the youth that's coming around to these conversations, Gen Z preferably. So in essence of the conversation, I believe I seen something the other day that was with this blog called Travel New York or something like that, in which they said passport cis. And, it didn't even make me feel any type of way about it, but it just expressed the true nature of how women are when they see a man try to go for his own freedom and go for his own peace of mind and to find his own solace. In which women want to bounce back now and say, Passport Bros does this and Passport Bros does that. Passport Bros is going to other countries, child trafficking. Passport Bros is going to other countries and having sexual relations with women who are poor. Passport Bros are tricks and all these different things. And the best one that they always come out with in order to now put in the so-called black man to be docile or make fun of the so-called black man specifically. They say that Passport Bros are going to these different countries to have sexual relations with transsexual women. I mean, the whole entire thing just doesn't stop, man. It's really funny and it's really pathetic at the same time, but it just proves to you the mindset of the modern woman of today. She does not want the man to be free at any extent, and she would take it upon herself of also getting men, especially so-called black men who's on the beta simp program. And, they start up these streams. They start up a lot of these panels in which they're catering to the woman a lot. And their whole entire thing is they want to still be able to have the neo pro blackity black effect. And, what's really funny is that, more so than that, I do believe in so-called black men traveling even more, because so-called black people are at the lowest percentile of traveling outside the United States. We all should know, and probably you do know this, that the so-called white man is the highest rated one that travels out the country more than any other race in America. Second would probably come Hispanics, and then the third would come Asians. Then it's the so-called black people, and then below that is the Native Americans and the Indians. And I mean the Indians as in Native American Indians. So my thing about it is also, of course, on money as well, trying to grind and do what you have to do. But getting to my conversation about what is it that I think about Passport Sis, it's an irrational competition. The modern day woman can't get enough of causing an uproar and causing a lot of chaos and causing a lot of confusion and just being disrespectful or trying to make a mockery off of a man trying to be happy for himself. And that's what Passport Sis essentially is. A big movement that's trying to respond off of passport bros or so-called black men finding their happiness, as I said before. It is not just passport bros or passport sis in general. I've seen many different movements that's taken place within the YouTube sphere, or I guess the internet, for lack of a better term, in which man wants to create a movement in response to the problems that's going on in society. And here comes the woman having to have another movement to start up right after that man starts a movement. So this is what I'll say. Passport Sis, if it is an actual movement, is a dumb movement. It has no holding. It has no weight. More than likely, women do travel out the country more than men. I mean, that's probably true, but these are the things that's happened before. But to lay to rest, so-called black man, find your happiness, find your freedom, keep doing what you're doing. But remember to keep your focus on your goals and aspirations, especially when it comes to traveling. Otherwise than that, give me your thought process in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.